Friends, welcome again. It's such a great honor to be hosting you all here today. CRSA Community Sponsorship Award and celebrations. If you've never met me, my name is Blaise Itabelo, and I work at CRSA. I'm in the Community Engagement and Partnerships team. And today, it's such a great honor and privilege to be your host, if I could put it that way. Today is This week actually is the National Volunteer Week, just in case you didn't know. For some of you who may not be familiar with the CRISP program, obviously it's a program that is run solely by volunteers. There is no CRISP program without having the many people across the countries that are giving up their time, that are giving up the energy, resources, their homes to welcome and supporting refugees. And for us at CRSA, the best thing we could do is to try to find a day during this week where we can come together and celebrate you and really having that moment to pause and really, pat ourselves on the shoulders on the great job that you're all doing across the country. Let me take this time, first of all, to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land. Take this time to acknowledge traditional owners of the many lands we've joined from today. I pay respect to elders past and present. I acknowledge I'm on the Ugambe land in southeast of Queensland. And I would also like to acknowledge that sovereignty in this country was never ceded. I would also like to acknowledge any First Nation people that is with us on this call today. Just very quickly, a little bit about housekeeping. If you can, we strongly encourage that please, if you could keep your computer on mute. It does help a bit so that the conversation can keep going and we can listen to the speakers. As you may notice already, this meeting is being recorded. And we understand if you don't want your face to be on the recording, feel free to remove the video, but we would love to have your face as part of the recording. We want to keep this for other people that did not join today, for them to be able to see what we've done here. So please, if you can leave the video on. Just again, very briefly about the event today and what will be happening. Again, it's Community Sponsorship Award and celebrations. We'll get time to hear from our CEO, Lisa Button, who will share with us as part of the opening of this award celebration. We will then get an update from Romy Vitalian, who is the CRISP director. We will then proceed with the award and the gift and the celebrations as such. So let me just see where I'm on my script here. I think I've done a bit of that introduction. I will take this time now to pass on the microphone to our CEO, Lisa Button. Over to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Blaise, and thanks everyone. So great to see so many faces coming in, some familiar, some new. It's just a wonderful thing to know that there's people all around the country involved in this movement. And as Blaise said, we really want to use today primarily just to thank you and acknowledge the hard work, contribution that you're all making through your involvement in the community sponsorship movement. As Blaise mentioned, my colleague Romy will be talking more to the facts and figures of what's happening in the CRISP ecosystem, but I wanted to broadly acknowledge the profound and positive impact that you has had on the lives of newcomers through your involvement in community sponsorship. Instead of turning up as strangers in a new country, newcomers are arriving into the warm embrace of a group of people who are already deeply invested in their success. And I can't imagine a better way to start a life in a new country, regardless of one's background. What else could one want in terms of starting that journey? You're also having a profound impact on the communities where you live and the network involved in by being involved in the community sponsorship movement. And I really do hope that you all feel that being involved is also having a positive impact on you individually. And I guess I'd like to just share the reflection that, you know, I'm part of a community support group in my private capacity. Our group resettled a single mum and her 5 children in Melbourne beginning last year. And I know firsthand that it's hard work. I know that there are a lot of unexpected challenges. Anyone who's been involved has experienced that. It's messy, it's challenging, but I'm so glad I did it in my personal capacity, and I really hope that you all feel the same. I feel like we've assisted the family so much. I feel I've learned so much about Australia and about Melbourne by being involved. I've learned about my friends who are involved. I've learned about my family and my networks. And I know that my understanding of the refugee experience, and I balk at that term because we all know there's no refugee experience, but my understanding of the experiences of refugees and newcomers has grown immeasurably through doing this work, even after, you know, having worked in this field for close to 15 years now. Every 100 refugee newcomers resettled through this program, we estimate involves the community harnessing more than $1 million in resources from the Australian community. So whether that's cash, whether that's goods, or whether that's the value of the time that people like you are putting in to supporting newcomers, it's an incredibly powerful thing that you're doing, not only individually and as a group, but when you look at it collectively. And with hundreds of people now having arrived through this model, that collective impact is enormous and will only continue to grow. And with the Labor Party re-elected and the CRSP now made permanent, we're going to be working really hard with colleagues in the advocacy and more broadly, and hopefully with all of you and our supporting community organisations to ensure that the recently elected government follows through with their global pledge that they made back in December 2023 to increase community-sponsored and other complementary pathways for refugees to 10,000 additional places per year. It is a big goal, and it's, you know, as with anything to do with migration in advanced Western democracies, it's not an easy goal, but the global need is so acute, and we now have in Australia a rare window for political bravery. So we feel now more than ever is the time to get this done. If there's ever a moment where we can achieve this, it's now, and we're going to be working really hard to build on the success of the CRSP, build on the great work that you've all done, that we're trying to capture and amplify, to see more refugees find opportunities to come to places like Australia and to have great experiences when they get here. And, you know, aside from the, you know, the individual benefits for those newcomers, I really do feel like this program and the work that you're doing is so great for our communities. It's bringing together people across geographical boundaries, both within Australia and internationally. It's overcoming cultural barriers, linguistic barriers, religious differences, socioeconomic boundaries that sometimes divide us, as well as political divides. And I guess, you know, for the idealists among us who want to change the world and make it a kinder and more compassionate place, I guess one of the things we all know is that we need to work collectively and focus on the things that we can agree on rather than the things that divide us. And when I look at this movement that you're all part of and helping to build, what I see is a group of people who agree that everyone deserves a safe place to build a life, and who are prepared to back up that belief with their kindness, their compassion, their curiosity and their effort. So it's an absolute joy and privilege to be part of this work and to be part of this community with you all. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all that you're doing, and I hope you'll help us to continue to build this movement in the ways that you can, and invite your friends, your colleagues, your neighbours to be involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Over to you, Romy.
Thanks, Blaise. I want to start by celebrating each of you, Australia's refugee sponsorship community. On the next slide, I've just given a sense of who has jumped on board. While we can see that people from every facet of Australian society have joined the community sponsorship movement in Australia over the last few years, it would be remiss not to give a call out to the women who've accounted for about 68% of group members throughout the 3 years of the CRSA to date. Having said that, we can see there is still strong representation from men and non-binary people in our community. The age range is so wonderful. 18 is the minimum age that can join the CRSA, when we've got people in our community from 18 right through to people in their 90s. About a third of group members are retired, but just below that are people working full-time and then people working part-time. So we're seeing that people are finding the time to do this important work. We were heartened recently to count that it was about 28% of group members who speak a language other than English, which is a higher proportion than the broader Australian community. So it's been wonderful to see people bringing those skills and backgrounds into this endeavour. I think part of what's so powerful about community sponsorship around the world is that whole of society approach, that refugees unfortunately can come from any part of society and therefore really should be welcomed by people across society. So in the CRSA, we've seen people joining from various faith-affiliated groups, a really strong representation from Australia's LGBTQ+ communities. And so, yeah, thank you. The next slide, let's have a look at what we've achieved together. So we've got over 1,500 Australian community members now actively involved in community sponsorship. These are people who've signed up to become formal group members, but we know that around each group is so many ripples of informal support. So to have 1,500 active community members and all the people beyond them really shows the impact that we're starting to have 3 years in. 816 refugee newcomers have now been matched with community supporter groups. And of those, by the end of this March, 631 will have arrived into Australia. People have come so far from 20 countries of origin. So those of you who've been following our journey from the start will have seen these numbers creep up. We celebrated the first 1 family to arrive. We celebrated the first 3 households to arrive. And so this is just such a testament to your work. I'm going to hand back over to Blaise. I just want to note that I know nobody does this work for the awards. Usually the people who are really doing the real work aren't the ones, I don't think, in the spotlight. I often tell my kids that the people that you see in the spotlight often aren't the helpers. The helpers are busy doing the work. So I think the concept of awards can be quite novel for people that are doing the work, but each of you have really walked the walk, and I think given the most generous thing anyone can give, which is their time. So thank you all, and back to you, Blaise.
Thank you, Romy and Lisa, for those very wonderful words. I think this is the time where we officially now talk about the Community Sponsorship Awards. We had initially put forward a call for nominations for 7 awards. We reached out to our community partners, our supporting community organizations, if they were willing to support or sponsor these awards. Friends, we're very privileged to have some organizations out there that really believe in the work that we do, and they go above and beyond in supporting the work that we do. Thank you to Cassini Environmental and the Salvation Army, and I know they're with us in this call today. I wish you were in the room where I can get you folks to stand up and we clap for you. Thank you for their generosity and donations. We're now able to acknowledge more than 7 people for the 7 categories of awards that we had put a call out for. So thank you to Cassinia and Salvation Army. We will be sending a little bit of a token from CRSA and our partners to acknowledge the winners of these awards. We also would like to mention and acknowledge that we've actually received a generous donation of a limited edition print by documentary photographer Mark Chu, this print was actually, the picture was taken in Kakuma refugee camp as part of his latest exhibition in Melbourne, and the value for this print is actually $1,600. As part of the nomination, we did mention that all the nominees will be going into a draw to win this. And so what we will be doing is Romy and I, my colleague who will help me to read out the winners, I've got papers here with the names and I'll be putting them up. And behind me, I've got a hat. So we're going to do a draw at the end of these award winners, at the end of announcing the winners, and one winner will be receiving this print. We've got a lot to go through, so without further ado, I will pass on to my colleague Robin to start with the first one.
Thanks, Blaise. Well, let's start by awarding the Above and Beyond Award. This award honours a CSG member who consistently goes the extra mile to support refugee settlement, whether by giving extra time, solving tough problems, or stepping in when needed. We have 3 winners in this category. First up, congratulations to Anne Hewitt from the Lismore Region Refugee Settlement Group. The group member that nominated Anne said that she had dedicated her life to the CRSA group over the past 2 years, organising swimming lessons, running driving lessons. They said she was a fixer of fences and even of bones. In her nomination, Anne was described as being there for a family's every need, and the group felt that they simply wouldn't be a group without her. So congratulations to Anne Hewitt in Lismore. The second winner for this award is Diana Kay from Welcome to Barwon in Victoria. Di has well and truly gone above and beyond. This is not something that we recommend others do, but Di so generally gave up her house when housing got hard for the refugee newcomer, spending several months outside of her own home until the newcomers had settled into their new community on Victoria's surf coast. The newcomers, we're told, loved the area so much that they now live within walking distance of Di, who is now back in her home. So again, it's not something we recommend, but simply can't recognise Above and Beyond without giving a shout out to Di in Barwon. And the final winners of this award, John Percy and Judith Alcorn from the Mullumbimby Refugee Support Group. John and Judith housed the newcomer family in their granny flat, provided transport, support with appointments, school runs, and more so than all of those practical tasks is obviously the emotional support. We're told that their kindness, commitment, and tireless advocacy have had a profound impact on the family and the broader community. So congratulations to Anne, Diana, John, and Jude for the Above and Beyond Award. Back to you, Blaise.
All right, my turn. I'll be reading while I'm putting the names in my heart. All right, I've got the Outstanding Team Spirit Award. And this award celebrates a community supporter or community supporters who uplift and energize their CSG. They bring people together, communicate well, and help maintain a strong and positive dynamic. We've got 2 winners. The first one is Catherine Stewart. Catherine mobilized local parish in support of CRSA, worked tirelessly to recruit and steer the group through process, now coordinating a second CSG, readying to welcome another family. When the family arrived, Catherine had a great ability to see where any gaps were and to enable our team to fill those gaps. The establishment and ongoing success of our CRSA group would not have been possible without Catherine's leadership and commitment. Congratulations, Catherine. The second in this category is actually a family. The McMahon family. The McMahon has been nominated in several categories of the awards that we have. Most of them have actually been nominated individually. However, This family and their nominations represent all the different skills and strength individuals bring to a CSG. So we are recognizing them for their outstanding team spirit as a family. We've got Lauren, who's been described as someone who's got calm positivity and encouragement. We've got Michael, someone who brings wisdom, integrity, and endless energy. We've got Megan, who brings to the team extraordinary creative and problem-solving skills. We've got finally Ellen, reflective, thoughtful, brought an alternative perspective on different issues. Congratulations. Over to you, Romy.
Thanks, Blaise. Next up is the Tough Under Pressure Award. This one represents or recognises people who are the calm through the storm, resilient, and someone the group and the household can turn to. We have 2 winners in this category. Congratulations first to Justine Coleman from the Southside Welcome Crew in Melbourne. Justine's been recognised for her solid character, being resilient and the calm through the storm on a couple of occasions, a problem solver with a can-do attitude, and someone who acts with humility and grace. Congratulations, Justine. And the second winner is Lindsay Paget-Cook in Sydney from one of the SAS groups. Lindsay's been described as calm and gracious. When there was a disagreement in the group, she kept the boat steady through the storm. Lindsay never shied away from problems, and the group felt that if issues did arise, she was able to coordinate them and enable everyone to play to their strengths. Lindsay's overseas at the moment, we know, but congratulations to Justine Coleman and Lindsay Paget-Cook.
All right, I think the next part is the Creative Problem Solver Award. And this award acknowledges a volunteer who found a clever, thoughtful, or innovative way to overcome a challenge, big or small, during the settlement journey. We've got one winner for this award, and this is the Sally Port and the English Support Group of UN Valley UN Refugee Support Group, Inc., Tasmania. The team of volunteers recruited to specifically support the language and the confidence of the mom or the family who has experienced isolation with new baby and toddler. Integrated sewing, cooking, and gardening into their activities with oral and written English language capacity. 2 members of the group also assisted her in creating a market stall at our fundraiser garden market for customers to taste a signature Congolese dish, yummy. I'm from Congo, so I can say yummy. I'm allowed to. This ended up accruing the greatest donations of any stall. Of course, all volunteering has a benefit to the volunteer, and to add to that, as a result of their creative model of teaching, the English team has made a great contribution to the community building in our general community. This, I believe, is one of the outstanding features of the CRSA model. They've been nominated. Yeah, let me end it there, and I should probably add, we're talking about this group. They were not actually part of the 5 people that makes a CRSA team. When we talk about the ripple effect of the CRSA program, it's often the additional support that is coming beyond the primary 5 individuals or 6 that makes this program even more meaningful and more successful. Congratulations to the Sally Port and the English Support Group. Romy.
Thanks, Blaise. My turn again. And this one is the Quiet Achiever Award for the volunteer who may not seek the spotlight, but whose steady, reliable presence makes a big difference. They show up, help out, and quietly keep things moving. 3 winners in this category. I love getting to celebrate any quiet achiever in our community. So the first winner is Andrew Button of the Friendly Tigers in Melbourne. We're told that he's all about getting things done in a no-nonsense, straightforward way, whether it be documenting all the pre-existing defects in the family's rental house.
Oh, fantastic. Well done.
There we go.
Wrestling a big fridge into the house, including removing doors, or organising dozens of dental appointments for 6 people. He just steps up and gets it done. Congratulations, Andrew. The second winner is one of the first people to welcome, actually, under the CRSP. Congratulations to Sandra Conroy from Team Cessnock in New South Wales, Hunter Valley. As I say, Sandra was amongst one of the first people to welcome under the CRSP and welcomed a family who spoke no English into her regional community. Sandra's been a steady and committed member of the group. Spreadsheets, flowchart, information sharing with everyone.
I can see Romy.
More recently, Sandra supported the family to return for a visit to Syria safely, including getting all the documentation in place. We loved reading that despite the family having now lived here for about 3 years, Sandra still ensures that birthdays are celebrated, school reports and meetings are read and scheduled, and the family is given every opportunity to live a full and happy life in Australia. Congratulations, Sandra. And one more quiet achiever being recognised today is Richard Wright from the Melbourne Youth Ride Refugee Sponsor Group in Melbourne. We're told that Rich is about to start sponsoring his third family. He's always available to quietly support family members and volunteers. He has excellent skills when buying used cars and doing driving tuition. He goes way beyond the norm in patiently tutoring aspiring drivers day after day, week after week, month after month. He supports them when they sit their driving test and celebrates with them when they pass. For time commitment, calm when things are wobbly, and selfless caring always, Rich is the best. Congratulations, Andrew Button, Sandra Conroy, and Richard Wright. Back to you,
The
Blake.
next award. The next award is, give me one moment while I try. Okay, Emerging Community Champion Award. Some of you might have come across this name. We've got a very small team at CRSA. I tend to forget the numbers most of the time, but less than 20 people, let me put it that way, spread across Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. Our mandate is to get the CRSA program in every corner of this country. Our aim is to make sure that every Australian over the age of 18 has at least heard about this initiative and has considered either joining now or supporting it in one form or another. We know most of the times we can't do this on our own, and we don't often do this on our own. We know people are forming groups up there. Sometimes they didn't hear this about the CRSP directly from us. You all playing a very significant role in spreading the news about the CRSP, in talking to others about it. Often we would hear about it when a group will tell us, I came to the info session because my friend told me. We know some of you are doing this very actively. We know some of you have been working with us as community champions. And we know out there are other people who are going out of their ways in their own time without getting paid to really champion the CRSA program and spreading this news to many, many other people out there. I am very privileged today to announce the winner of the Emerging Community Champion, and this is an award that honors a volunteer who has stepped into a leadership and mentoring role beyond their own CSG. They actively support other CSGs, share their experience, and champion the broader community sponsorship movement. We have one winner for this award, and that is Anne Nesbitt from the Lower North Shore Refugee Support Group. Anne volunteer with Catholic Mission and its advocacy work of the End Child Detention Coalition. They're part of our supporting community organization and actively promote the CRSP and supporting group formation and getting them over the line and ready to welcome. She's always connecting with any possibility she recognizes and currently working with the Jewish community to support their promotion of CRSP through their stand-up organization. Friends, let's congratulate Anne. And at this particular time, I would invite Anne to say a few words. Over to you, Anne, if you are able to unmute yourself. And I should say again, very big thank you to you. I know Anne is attending a conference somewhere and has had to duck out to be part of this. So over to you.
Well, thank you so much. I really don't need this award. I do the work because I'm just so motivated by all of you. I have to give a shout out to everyone at CRSA. You have made this so easy for me. And it is just a pleasure working with everyone. Rami, Nicole, Mirren, Blaze, Lisa, all of you have totally helped motivate me. And more than anything, working with the people, the newcomers that have come, I just feel so motivated and energized to work with them. It's just been such an amazing experience for me. As a former immigrant myself, I know the importance of welcoming people and giving people a sense of belonging in this country. And this program does exactly that. Instead of being a bureaucracy, we become their family. In my own personal group, we have welcomed a man from Iran 3 months ago. It has been such an amazing experience for our group to gel as a group, but also to welcome Daniel into our lives. And it's just amazing. So I want to say thank all of you. I am totally motivated to continue doing the work. And I thank you for all of you who put those amazing ideas on the hub. I love the fact that we share information and that CRSA has a wealth of resources. And let's keep doing what we're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne. And I'm actually, yeah, thank you. Thank you so very much. Let me actually pause for a second and invite Lisa to say a few words, because I know, as I mentioned earlier, this work is actually being done by many people out there. And Lisa, please say a few words.
I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone who has just been the recipient of an award. As some of you would know, the way this has worked is we've received those nominations from the community, from different members of different groups around the country. But when I look at the screen in front of me, I see so many names of people who've been with us since day one or for a very long time as part of this movement. And I feel that I need to call them out. And I do risk missing people, but these are people who've been with us for several years or have sponsored several families who've, really shown their commitment to this movement time and time again, and who haven't been nominated. So I just want to call out Phil Kennedy, Alison Pitt, Louise Redmond, Peter Deutschman, Sylvia Davey, Peter Conroy, Jeff Lamb, Ross Kelly, Chris Shanley, Trudy Roswell, Stanley O. And I'm sure I'm going to kick myself after this because I'll discover I've missed some important people. But any of you who are on this journey deserve immense thanks and congratulations, and particularly those who just keep turning up time and time again and helping others in their community sponsorship journey. So thank you to you all, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. Over to you, Rami.
Thank you. This is our last award, and one that's, I think, particularly close to our hearts. This award recognises and celebrates the courage and generosity of a refugee newcomer who has made a meaningful volunteer contribution in their new home community. I'm so proud for this award to go to Wala Al-Laham, who has settled in Brunswick Heads in New South Wales Northern Rivers. Wala arrived into the region in July last year with her husband and 2 daughters. Since then, she's been volunteering for the local community pantry as a way to give back to her local community. And we know that she's also been such a source of support and really helpful information for the newcomer families who have arrived into the region after her. Wala is about to begin studying at Byron Community College so that she can play a caring role in her community more formally. Wala's husband, Osama, is working. He's got his driver's license and their 2 daughters are kicking goals in school, including having started Arabic classes for the kids at the local school. I'm so proud to celebrate Wala. If you can come off mute, Wala, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Can I talk?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It's really an honor to stand before you today. I'm deeply humbled to have been nominated for the recognition, and I would like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to CRISP and all the wonderful people behind this incredible organization. When my family and I first arrived in Australia, we carried with us a heavy mixed emotion, relief to have reached safety, sadness for the home we left behind, and fear of the unknown future ahead of us. We arrived with hope, but also certainly. Yeah, we didn't know how or where to begin. CRESP changed everything for us. From the very first moment, we were met with warmth, kindness, and an outstretched hand. The support we received was not only practical, but deeply human. You helped us find place to live, connected us with social service, and most important, helped us enroll in English classes school. A key to unlocking opportunity for everything in our life. But your support went far beyond paperwork and appointment. You helped us to feel that we mattered, but that we were not alone. You gave us the strength to believe that we couldn't only serve only here in Australia. For me personally, this journey has been transformative. I had to leave my home country and start over. Not an easy thing for any mother, any woman, but because of your support, I have found purpose and belong again. One of the most meaningful parts of my journey so far has been my volunteer work at Pantry Food. At first, I simply wanted to give back, but what I received in return was even more powerful. Really. Uh, our team in Pantry Food has helped me feel rooted in the community. I have met people from all walks of life, and together we have worked hand in hand to support others who are struggling. Another special part of my volunteering journey has been helping new Arabic-speaking families. As someone who understands the language and the challenge of starting over in a new country, I found myself in a position where I could bridge the gap to explain, to translate, and to comfort. I supported the family at the food hub and in the community with important tasks like understanding form, attending appointment, many things. Sometimes a simple translation was enough to someone fear to escape someone's fear. Other times I was just being there, someone who understands. Um Today I stand here not just as a refugee, no, but as a student, as a volunteer, as a woman with dreams. I am about to begin a new chapter at Byron Community College, where I will be studying individual support and disability. This is more than a course, it's calling. I want to be there for others. I believe that our lives are made meaningful, but not by what we have, but by how we care for one another. And because of CRESP, I have seen the beauty of humanity in action. To every volunteer who gave their time, to every person who smiled at me with encouragement, to every helping hand that made this new life possible. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving my family hope and for giving me the strength of a dream again. This nomination is not just for me, it's for all refugee women who are return to build her life. It's for every volunteer who believes in the power of kindness, and it's for Australia that opens its heart to people like me. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. That was so wonderful, Willa. So wonderful. Oh, well, look, friends, we're almost at the end. Almost at the end here, and I've got another privilege of calling out someone else. And given we've got a few minutes, I've just thought maybe I'll put someone on the spot to just say something for 2 minutes. As the world is evolving, as we're seeing conflict erupting around the world, as we're seeing more people forming differences against others, as we see more conflict erupting, we're seeing very less endeavors or activities that brings people of different generations together. We often see many people that clearly show the differences between our generations. I have the same even in my own household, where I don't have a lot of age difference between me and my firstborn. It's not that much. But of course, there's very few things we can do together because there's no many. We've seen the CRSA program, the younger ones who believe in social justice, who believe in the power of welcoming, who believe in making it easy for refugees coming in our country, really putting their hands up. And even some who are seniors doing this with them. It's a great privilege for me to announce that we joined on this call with our youngest CSG member ever, and that is Abigail Hood. And Abigail joined the CRSA program at 19 years old. So she's part of the St. Alfred's Anglican CSG in Melbourne, signed up at 19 and welcomed the mother and son from Afghanistan. Abby, I know you're in this call. If you don't mind, Lisa, you've got your hands up, yeah? Was that a clap or, sorry, my apologies. All right, cool. Abby, I know you're in this call. If you can please unmute yourself and just say a few words, that would be awesome. There you go. Awesome. Over to you, Abby.
Yeah, sure. How can I follow after you, Walla? That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow. That's the reason why we do this. I'm very, very grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of this. As you say, Blaze, I feel so many people care about social justice, but the opportunity to have something to do, to have something to be a part of with other people, that's been the most fantastic part. And to like the photo there is of probably the best day of refugee sponsorship, the arrival. And I know a couple of our group members are on this call as well. I will never forget the tears and the hugs and the whispers of "this is why we do it" when our family arrived. And it's been the best experience of community beyond our community. I think that's been a bit of a theme today as well. We have been so sort of floored by the people who didn't put their name on the sign up docs, but they seem more committed than we are. People doing weekly runs for the foreseeable future from jobs for our family. And we have just been so astounded by their resilience and their resourcefulness and their relational connectivity, the way that they've forged their own way, made their own friends, and created their own networks of support. I love this program, and I'm so excited to have so much life ahead, God willing, to do it again and again and again. Yeah, so thank you for today, and thank you to everyone who's been a part of it.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you. Well, look, we come at that moment where we now have to do a lucky draw for someone to win Mark II framed photo of the value of $1,600. The person that will win this today, we will be in touch with you to figure a way of mailing this to you. I've been putting all the names in my hat here. So I'm going to shake it. And I will make sure I close my eyes. And we will pick one. Whoever this is. Congratulations. I'm going to read that out. Emerging Community Champions, Anne Nasbit. Congratulations, Anne. Congratulations, Anne. We will make sure this arrives to you in Sydney. And that is the end of our formal part of this initiative. All I can say on my end before I pass on to Lisa to say a few words to thank you all is for me personally to sit here, this just brings a lot of joy to me because it's one of the few days where we're talking about our supporters, and we know for sure that if this is working, it's because of your generosity. It's because you all just do some wonderful work, and I want to thank you again for everything you do. Yeah, congratulations to all award winners. Without putting my emotions are going up. Anyway, congratulations to you all. Over to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Blaze, and thanks to everyone who's received an award and who spoke. It's just some really moving anecdotes as well as testimonials there. I don't know that I can really add to any of that other than to encourage you all just to keep going, keep inviting people around you to find out and be involved, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again next year with the support of some of the organisations like Ksenia and Salvation Army who helped us with the awards today. I believe that all of our award winners will be getting a gift voucher along with some CRSA merch sent to them. So hopefully you can treat yourselves with that gift voucher and use your merch proudly. And yeah, look forward to seeing you all around the traps. We've got Refugee Week just around the corner. I know some of you are planning local events. If you are and you haven't mentioned them to our team, please let us know. We'd love to help you promote them. And all the best. Go well. Stay safe. And thanks again.